Hey, it's Mo from Two Girls Shooting the Shit with M and Mo. Thank you for tuning into this episode, 2022 Midterm Election Recap, where M and I talk about the midterm election results from Georgia to our own races in Pennsylvania and Washington, and what it means to us. As always, join us Tuesday nights on Instagram Live, 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern, to recap our latest episode. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy.
That gives me hope. People are looking at candidates as individuals. People are looking at issues now. They're not just going, oh, Republican all the way down, Democrat all the way down. Like they're looking and saying, like, what are you about? Hey, Mo.
Hey, girl.
How you doing?
I'm hot. How you doing?
Ooh, yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Better
Having a flash?
than that.
Hot flash?
I think I am. Going through hot flashes.
Ooh.
The end is nigh. Hallelujah. Hey. Oh, how you doing?
Well, today is the day after midterm elections.
Yay. Ugh.
What's that mean to you? Nothing?
Absolutely nothing. As a black woman, it means jack to me.
I was surprised. I made that comment to my husband last night. We stayed up late watching the return.
Oh, that's adorable.
Commentary.
Relationship
No, it
goals.
wasn't, we got all into it, debating on stuff we don't even, who really cares, immigration and abortion. And we were talking about everything. We had all the biggies. But I was like, man, yeah, I looked at it. Val Demings lost to Marco Rubio. And I thought she's a good candidate, I think. And Stacey Abrams. And I was like, man, people hate black women unless you twerk and shake your ass. They want nothing to do with you.
Right.
That's the only part that they showed me that WAP. Okay. That's what I like. But don't try to run anything. Don't try to have positions of power or, whatever. Because
we'll put you in your place.
But
I don't know. I wanted to.
Highest educated group in the country. But no
because they're the least valued, so they have to give all this stuff,
That's
all these. I mean, who I'm talking, I got so many degrees, so I can't even talk.
Yes, you do.
I'm one of them.
I love it.
But I wanted to see black men did vote for Stacey Abrams. Well, people are trying to be like black men didn't vote, but I heard they did. They did vote for her. For black women, Stacey Abrams' loss feels like a punch in the gut.
Does it though? Do you feel punched in the gut? Like
I don't feel anything. I don't care.
I didn't expect her to win.
Yeah, this is all PR. I don't know.
And I didn't see any excitement behind her either.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I mean, obviously, I'm not in Georgia. I'm not following Georgia politics that much. But just from what I've seen, it didn't seem like she was helping herself out that much either. Like I don't know. I don't know that she sold herself, presented herself. And you have to sell yourself if you're running for office. I don't think that she did
not
that.
Unfortunately, you should,
Yeah, but I don't think that she did. I think she may have done the opposite. And I think maybe she has the same problem Hillary Clinton did with just hey, I'm qualified. I'm this, I'm that. I would be great. But the charisma wasn't there. And for the most part, voting is BS. And just do I like that person?
Then doing videos and then having the black man and black woman agenda. I think that put a sour taste in people's mouths and things. And then, I mean, it's just, white women, I think, 28-30% of white women went Republican this year. So, I mean, that they try to say that the whole thing about the 2020 election was false, but it's happening again. So what they're going to tell us in 2 years is false. I don't know, but that's also a factor. So I feel let them reap the rewards. I don't think people are, let's see what happens. I really have no say. I'm in Pennsylvania and everything.
You guys had a big night.
Yeah, I was swing state. Honestly, it felt like no choice, but you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, but I thought for sure after the debate, I know Mehmet Oz said some stupid stuff regarding abortion, whatever. But I think that optics, again, plays such a big role. And Fetterman with his stroke and his recovery, it signals weakness to some people,
He won, so.
And I think, Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like prior to yesterday, it was up for question, debate, whatever, like how this would turn out. And so I was surprised, pleasantly surprised.
Did you watch
like,
that debate?
No, I saw snippets and stuff of it.
Yeah.
But I heard a lot of
impressed.
pundits talking about
nothing to do with no stroke. Yeah, he was. It was nothing to do with that though. Like they would be like, "Why are you better than? Why are you qualified?" And he would just start talking on Dr. Oz. It's like, okay, well, that's not explaining why you are qualified. Give me some, So.
But then again, bringing it back to Georgia, Herschel fucking Walker.
Oh God, how is that in the dead heat? What the hell? Let's go get a runoff.
We about to have a runoff. Yeah, December. Like I don't understand that. It hurts my brain.
Yes. Oh my God. It hurts I'm not even kidding. Yeah.
Yes, headache.
I can't process it.
Make sense. Yeah, I can't make sense of it. Definitely can't process it. It doesn't make sense. And then even just seeing all the graphics on TV, if you look and they've got the picture of Raphael Warnock and you've got the picture of Herschel Walker next to each other, I'm looking at them like, I don't know what it is, but it's just, I know the voice is coming out of those heads. I know the thoughts and the I guess the platforms and the things that they talk about coming out of the pictures on those. And I'm just looking there like, how is this even possible? How is it so close? Like, that's crazy.
Well, I watched the debate. I don't know how many they had, but I watched one. And I got to say, Herschel Walker answered the questions like he did. He answered directly. He would ask Warnock to answer the questions, like versus going on like tangents and stuff. I thought he did a good job, to be honest. So, I mean, I don't know what he's doing on the campaign.
Up for it.
Yeah, he was very like he wasn't like mumbling and stumbling how we've seen him, and it kind of makes me wonder is he really mumbling and stumbling, or is this like the media like? But then Amanda Seales did a clip to show like how the media is Republican owned, and they always call it the liberal media, but all these companies are owned by Republicans.
I mean, it's all a mess. It's all a mess. Mm-hmm.
What about you? How was it there? Congrats. You didn't swing. You were in a swing state too, y'all. Y'all stayed blue. Yeah.
Is Washington had some stuff. Swing state?
Yeah, they thought Washington was going to go Republican.
I mean, there's a lot of Republicans.
Who knows?
Whoever they is, they are. They are. I don't know. But I had, we have mail-in ballots. We just moved, so we made sure to, register.
That's the only option?
Well, that's what I was like. I don't know how this works because my husband somehow switched the envelopes. So he had my envelope. It says my name. And he signed it, not thinking about it. And then I fill out my ballot, and I'm about to put my ballot in the envelope. And I'm like, that's his name. Where's my envelope? Obviously, I can't use my envelope because he's already signed it. So we had to find an in-person place that was a little further away to go in. And the county auditor was there, and he was greeting everybody. A little
cute.
American flag bow tie on. Yeah, and he was like, "Hi, how are you doing? Is there anything I can help you?" And he was like helping people in the line. I was like, "Okay."
I love that.
But getting there, I don't know what the election rules were, but the Republican candidate for Senate had people lining the streets with their signs, like right outside the. I don't know. Maybe they were right at the limit? I don't know if it's 50 yards, feet, whatever it is. But they were all up and down the sign, and it felt really strange having to walk through them. Because I probably, and if we want to, be real honest, don't look like the person who would be voting for their candidate. So the interactions were different with different people who were walking through, and it just felt very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But so I voted. It was cool. Whatever.
Hey.
I think my person is leading in that race, but
and
of course everybody was out with their flags off the backs of their trucks, how they do over here for whoever their candidate was.
It was like people felt so proud, like I voted, like that's all you're gonna do.
Does it mean anything to you to vote? This is a question that came up in the debate last night. Voting means nothing, but does it?
All these people died for you to vote, blah blah. It doesn't mean anything because it's a scam.
Until you don't get to vote.
It's everything. That's like a barista and Andrew. It's like I don't want you until somebody else do. Same thing. It ain't voting until you don't get to vote. Everybody wants that privilege. I did tear up a little. I saw an old man in a walker in front of me, old black man, voting, and I was like, "Ah."
He's like, "I'm gonna get my vote." Yeah.
I remember I finally convinced my mom.
To me, that's sad.
I finally convinced my mom to vote in 2000, whenever like the Gore Bush, and She never had voted ever. And I finally got her to vote. And then that was when they had all the dimpled chads and stuff and the recount and
hanging
everything.
Chads, not the hanging chads.
It was hanging and dimpled. Like they had all kind of shit.
Oh,
and then
that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Hanging
and
Chad.
then you know, we had to go through that whole ordeal of the recount in the Supreme Court and everything. And my mom was like, I should have never voted. That was the last time she ever voted.
She was invested in that one, right? Like that was her first vote. She's probably like, oh, I want to see words. And that was my first
like, welcome
vote.
to the system.
That was my first. That was the first time I voted. Yeah.
I think I voted for a House before that, I think.
2020.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but I think that I feel like that is the problem, and it's a cultural thing maybe, but I think this experiment, this great American experiment or whatever, however you refer to it, only works if people buy into it and believe in it. If nobody believes in it, if it's undermined in any way, it doesn't work anymore. And you see that with people who don't want to concede, people who are like, nah, it must be a
they won, right?
Like,
yeah. Those deniers are getting reelected. Or elected.
Yeah. So the system works now, though? That's my question. It works
exactly.
Now?
That's the thing. And we sit here like idiots and we just go back and forth. That's what I'm like. I kind of want to take a step back because it's dumb. It's like, oh, it doesn't work when it's not in my favor, but it works. And then it's like, oh, you know, if the
it's
Democrats
a participation trophy kid. That's who all these people are. If I don't win, then it's not fair. But the thing that I hate, it like really irritates me, is how all the Democrats that have lost have made this big deal about concessions and, oh, look at me, I'm setting an example. And it's like, maybe foolish. You don't need to. Maybe you don't need to set an example. Fuck that. I'm not conceding till the very last vote is counted. If you want to play, let's play. You know what I mean?
Goody two shoes, motherfuckers. I'm sick of that. Yeah.
Like, what's that dude? Al Franken. I always think of Al Franken. Like, you know what I mean? Like someone had to go out. He was an example. He was made an example of because Democrats love to make an example. Oh, look, we're on the up and up and whatever. Meanwhile, I mean, Republicans got
grabbing them by the pee and running the country
and paying for secret abortions and receipts, literal receipts popping up, and they still gonna have him in a runoff.
Democrats are all about shaming people and stuff. Yeah, what? He get a dead heat with a damn reverend in the fucking South. Like, what does that tell you?
Things are broken is what that tells me. And so I'm curious, you know, I'm really curious as to how this is going to unfold. Like, if people are not they don't believe in elections anymore, what's the point in voting anymore? I mean, that's what I'm hearing.
Ever. I mean, that's just like nothing's changed. Everyone vote because you know your life depends on it.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what happens. And then the South, what states had the abortion, like the codify the abortion, and guess what? They all voted for it. So it's like now people
what?
To codify the abortion law, allow.
I don't think so. So a lot of the states, the wording was weird. Like voting yes on a law sometimes would be.
Oh, that's like for the slave stuff. Yeah.
It was really confusing. Like you had to read this. In some states, voting yes meant yes, we want to codify Roe v. Wade, and in another state next door, yes was like, yes, we want to make sure that you do not have a right to do that. But I haven't looked too much today, but I thought that a lot of states, very interestingly, were splitting a lot of their votes. Maybe they had a Democratic governor, Republican senators, and they were voting for choice or vice versa, you know, and that gives me hope. People are looking at candidates as individuals. People are looking at issues now. They're not just going, oh, Republican all the way down, Democrat all the way down. Like they're looking and saying, like, what are you about?
Kansas, they already did in August. Michigan, California, Kentucky, Kentucky. No. I was like, dang, Kentucky
is what is removing the ban on abortion in their constitution.
No, these says that Kansas voters stood up for abortion rights. Oh, did that change?
Yeah. Well, I think Michigan. I think it's they've protected abortion rights.
Yeah. So did Kentucky. I think that's what I'm saying. Like. These places where people want to automatically assume, it's like they're like.
Same with Kansas. Well, I think the reason is
Kentucky rejects anti-abortion constitutional amendment and survives victory for reproductive rights. Yeah,
awesome. Awesome. I think it's tricky though, like, because I didn't understand what you were saying at first, and I think that a lot of voters probably had that same experience. Like, what is this vote for? What is the result of this? Do I vote yes or no? Because the way it's presented, I hate when they lay out those what do you call them? Those votes, those what do you call them?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The things you vote on. What is it called? Proposition? Like a proposition or a whatever?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I hate when they do it in a way that's like very wordy, lengthy. You don't know what they're talking about. But I think that a lot of pro-life or anti-choice or whatever you want to call them people aren't taking into consideration that a lot of Republicans are seeing this as a liberty issue. They may be pro-life, but you're not going to tell me what to do. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to limit my freedom to choose.
You're going to limit my freedom to pay for all these abortions as I run for the state. What is he running for? Senate or what?
Senate. I mean, that's real. That's lazy vetting for real. Lazy vetting. It's very Sarah Palin-esque. Like, it feels real. Like, I almost feel sorry for them because they do not know they're being used unless they signed up for it.
I think it's strategic. I don't even know if it's lazy. I think it's like we said before.
What's the strategy?
That we could even get a rock, like a box of rocks, to be elected before you. Like, I think I don't know. Who knows?
But I wonder, what is the strategy there? Okay, so you want to trick minorities into voting because he's Black? That's one thing, right?
I don't even know if it's
and he's a former athlete, so people are like, "Oh, you're cool. You used to be an athlete."
Is this kind of like, you can't call me a racist? You can't do this. Look, here you go.
CYA.
You got that, and then he's gonna do whatever we say. We got another Clarence Thomas, you know.
But then you talk, but it makes me feel yucky because then I start thinking about affirmative action, and people look at that as an example, probably, of what affirmative action looks like in practice. And he is not deserving of that position. He is not qualified, I would say, right? Like, it's a poor showing, but hey, we checked the box, we filled the spot, and I feel like that's how
they might use that again.
Affirmative action.
Yeah,
it's just it's bad.
It is. Ain't that some shit? I said, ain't that some shit? Oh, ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? Goddamn. I've been hearing a lot of people talk about blame Black men for Stacey Abrams losing Georgia. And I'm wondering where that's coming from, because there's no data showing that Black men had anything to do with Stacey Abrams losing Georgia. So I think people need to wake up and stop being so divisive with each other, because you're just falling for the bait of self-hatred. Because when you look at the numbers, it looks like overwhelmingly white women and men voted for Brian Kemp. Black men and women voted overwhelmingly for Stacey Abrams, both of them. So people need to wake up, stop hating each other, stop finding any excuse you can to drag each other, and look at the big picture. Stop being a fool, y'all.
How can I run?
That's what I was thinking, because a lot of people were unopposed here in Philly, and I'm like, damn, well, next time I'm going to run. I'm going to run.
Do it. I wonder how, like, what, my husband and I were talking, like, isn't it crazy that the overwhelming majority of people in Congress are lawyers? Like, and he was just like, that just should tell you enough. That's like how fucked up things are. Like, they're all lawyers. Because I was like, oh, like Mark Kelly, astronaut. That's cool. Like, when you have a different background. But I mean, I wonder what backgrounds, like, you have to show that your background would be beneficial, I guess, to the position you're seeking. I don't know, but like,
yeah, I can't do it. Then you got to go to the churches and stuff and convince people. I'm like, I ain't got time for that.
That's that an introvert's nightmare.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to go out there. I'm not trying to get shot. I don't trust people.
Yeah, same. I don't want to be on a radar anyway. Then y'all be trying to silence me anyway.
Digging up in your business. Yes. Oh, I don't have any business though, but they find something. They always find something. I don't know what I did, but they'll find it. They will find it.
I don't know.
And it's also like, why is it taking so long for votes to be counted?
Well, isn't that like,
I don't recall it ever being like this. Like,
there were some lawsuits
10, 15 years ago.
I know in Pennsylvania, I don't want to lie, but I know there was something in Pennsylvania where they could not even start counting the mail-in ballots until after the election. So it's like,
and that's why it took forever. And with the increase in mail-in ballots, that's the problem.
And then there was one county in New Jersey, I think it's called Mercer County, where the voting system all went down. It's like, was that Russia? Like,
but that's to be expected, though. Like, I feel like people automatically assume this is okay. Just an insight into my brain. I hate when people automatically assume the worst in every situation. Like, I hate it. Like, oh, this one went down. Oh, they spies and they're trying to break into the election and rig it. So and so. Like, it's like, really? Or maybe the easier, answer would be
due to glitch.
Shit went down. Yeah, like, or
girl, you ain't watch Scandal. That's rarely the case. Stop.
I know, but we watch too much TV. But I mean, assuming the worst in people, or assuming the worst case scenario, and spies, and there's a, I
mean, they admitted it.
Baby blood.
They tried to.
Like, that's
that's a little extreme.
But no, but like all the things you hear, it's like how gullible. I feel like it's a. Like, what's wrong with us? I
feel like it's critical thinking. like I think the trust that everything is working in your favor and everything is ignorant, honestly. Like, I don't think the system is designed to work in our favor. If it were, it would.
Who's our?
The American people, like the people. It's more like dividing people, making you feel like your resources are scarce. So you got to go against this person, while all these people are getting rich and we ain't got shit. But no, let's go against them because your color of your skin or this, and you want to use this bathroom, all these stupid shit that has no impact on your life. I'm so.
And if it has an impact, it's really not that serious.
Yeah.
Like, some of the impacts are like, it's not. Is it that serious? Is it really that serious?
It's like working together, collaborating. My trivia team, we just won our trivia. And it was like a diverse group of people. And we were saying, like, every time we have a diverse group, we win, because it's like diversity of mind. You're bringing up different minds, different thoughts, different experiences. And people don't look at things like that. They want to live in their bubble, have everything cater to their bubble.
Comfortable.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's also ego or something like that. Like, I don't want you to know what I don't know. I don't want you to show me that I don't know something.
Yeah, because then I'm stupid. I know
everything, right? I want to feel like I know everything. I want you to validate my opinions and my viewpoints, make me feel good about what little I do know. And that's that. And if you don't think the same as me, then I can't, whatever.
Ooh, child. I don't know.
How
do you keep hope? Because you have a family. Like, I don't have a family or anything. Like, how do you keep hope? Like,
I don't have enough free time to be thinking about stuff like this. I think, what is it? Idle hands? What is it?
The devil's playground.
Idle hands or the devil's playground. I mean, when your brain is, when you have downtime to just be pondering life and things creep in and it's stressful. So, I mean, I think that's a coping mechanism, is to just be busy all the time.
Yeah, no, it is. I was before the pandemic for sure, but I want to go.
Busy yourself, busy your mind. But I mean, I don't know. And it's also like I'm very conscientious about how I present things to my children.
Yes.
I don't want to feel like I'm telling them one way or the other to be. But how can you help but not do that? I mean, they see what you're doing.
I don't know where this cat is. Hope she's alive.
She out there defending the house, the castle. She's at the front door, like, you shall not pass.
She got eaten by raccoons. She go.
Trash it, panda. But I mean, what happens anyways? And the slant that different news outlets put on this is hilarious to me, because I was watching MSNBC because I like Steve Kornacki, and just they were like, oh, it's a tremendous victory for Democrats because they didn't get blown out, right? Which is expected every midterm elections. You expect the incumbent party to be blown out. I guess historically that's what it's been. So that didn't happen this time, but still you lost hella seats. Like, I don't know how this is a victory. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you'll keep the Senate, but you lost the House. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't see the victory.
Yeah, I don't see the victory either. 48. Democrats.
Or like, why do we have to declare a victory? Like, it's just, it's what it is. This is what it looked like now. They're still not going to get anything done. So, like, whatever.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm just like, all this stuff. What's going to get done?
I don't know. and I care, but I kind of don't. But I kind of
explain. What does that mean?
Like I think I'm very idealistic, and in the sense that like I do think voting matters. I think it's very important. I think it's a right that we have that we shouldn't take for granted. Do I trust that everything is on the up and up? Well, I mean, as much as I ever did, I guess I don't. Nothing new to me is like, I don't trust that my vote counts this time. Like I don't have any weird. It just is what it is, and I think I have in college, like my love and my background was like political philosophy and theory and stuff, and I do think you have a duty to participate in this way. And if you're out here disparaging people who take it seriously, or you're sitting there talking about like this ain't shit, voting is nothing, this is stupid, like whatever, then like why do you get to be a part of this if you're not doing the bare minimum that is required of you as a citizen? Like I feel like it's
not even required. That's the problem.
But I mean, I think upon turning 18, automatic voter registration. Like it just happens through the DMV or through whatever. It happens. Like that's it. Whether you want to exercise or not. Like I think it's weird that we have to make an affirmative action to sign up for this, where other people's hands could fuck it up. You know what I mean? Like, no, I turned 18. I should be able to do it. Period. My name should be on the roster. You got all my government, my information. So like, how hard is it just to transfer that over? And then if I don't show up, I don't show up. But I do. I think it's important. And I think it's important for everybody to be educated on who's in charge, because I think that's scary. If you don't know who your people are, if you don't know what they're about, what they're scheming, plotting, trying to do, like, I don't know. What did they say? A republic if you can keep it? Whoever said that? It's a republic if you can keep it. This country.
We'll see. We're young, so let's see. How old is this country? 17. So let's see. We're not even that old yet.
250 years old?
We're not old at all. So when did the Roman Empire fall?
And the amount of change that's happened in that short amount of time is pretty amazing. Not in a good way or a bad way, just amazing. The amount of change, like going literally from bondage to presidency somehow, or vice presidency, or governors or whatever, like having those positions despite people trying to tear it down. Black Wall Street and all that stuff. I don't know.
1,000 years. Yeah.
Or like women not being able to vote. Now we can vote. Now we're actually voting.
Now you can't vote. Look, y'all still ain't got nothing. Y'all still can't losing your rights.
Vote? Like
be in bondage or something.
All that stuff. Like,
I mean, you still lost them. So I mean, I don't know what I'm saying. But
yeah, but I'm just saying, like, could you imagine the way it used to be? I mean, making these laws about your body without you having a say in it. At least we have a say, and some women still up their ass and can't even speak for themselves or voting against their own interests. Like, I don't understand that, but whatever. Like, I don't know. I'm weird about abortion.
Yeah, I just really honestly don't even like to talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much stuff going on.
This is such an uplifting conversation.
Right? This is sad.
This is our country. Oh. I think it's crazy, though, how people can have such vastly different views on stuff. Like, we had a live a couple weeks ago, and the dude that came on was just saying all these things, and it's like what? Where do you live? Like, I don't
in
know.
Philly. So he going through it. Shoot, that's a view of lost hope, of powerlessness.
Do you think that is the reason for all of the people who believe those things that he was talking? Yeah. So basically, Republicans have lost hope. White people have lost hope. That's why they
lost the power. They lost the power that they once had, and they feel like they're going to lose more.
Fear.
It's a fear. Always a fear. Something's going to be taken away from me.
Are you afraid?
I'm afraid of what? I don't want to be here.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what are people afraid of? I'm not.
I'm afraid. Yeah,
I'm not afraid.
I am.
Of what?
Everything.
Politically, like all this stuff. Like, I don't have a fear.
I don't want to deal with it. I have a fear
like
of
that.
Waking up and breathing. Anybody got time for that?
But that's separate and apart from anything that other people do. Like, that's just a fear. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, this person got voted in. Now I'm really scared. Like,
it's all a scam. I don't think that's what he was saying. He was talking about like rioting and like neighborhoods and shootings and lack of enforcement, law enforcement, and things like that. I think his opinion was valid. It made sense. I mean, I live in Philly too. And you saw his job, and he has a child, and trying to raise and everything. And so I can see the weight of the world being on him and feeling like he doesn't have a place of power. And what have Democrats done? Definitely nothing in Philly. Philly is getting worse by the day. So I could see him being like, I mean, I should ask if he voted. I want to ask if he voted. I should.
What are they supposed to do though? I mean, that's local issues. What are your local?
Yeah, that's what he was talking about.
That's not all the way at the top. That's not Joe Biden's fault. Like,
yeah, he was. Yeah, I don't. That stuff. Yeah, I don't know what he was saying. Some stuff, and he didn't bring the receipt, so I don't know on that. Well, what did he say? He said Joe Biden did something. I forgot what he said, but yeah,
he should be impeached. You remember he was saying something about he should be impeached, but he didn't say.
Yeah, he never said why. Yeah.
That's what I mean. I the older I get, the more I'm realizing the big elections don't matter as much as the local. Smaller.
Yeah, local is what really matters.
Counting your votes, who's up here making sure your roads are taken care of, who's up here making sure your schools are up to standards, police department do what they're supposed to do. Like, those are the people that you need to be looking at and really vetting.
And it's just the system is so outdated because it's you go to these polling places, it's like everything is paper and people don't know what they're doing. It's like, I'm not trying to be like ageist or anything, but it's like, I don't know, paper? But it's like people like everybody's 95. Like, I'm like, it's just like, it's ridiculous. I mean, not that it shouldn't be, but like it should be more inclusive. I feel like it was just bad. It was a bad experience.
You have to vote in person?
I prefer to vote in person. I don't believe my vote counts if I just throw it in a mailbox or anything.
Yeah.
Only time I voted by fax because I had no choice when I was in London. London. Yeah.
You could do that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Who knew? Yep. I voted by fax in 2020. Yeah.
Fax machine.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You said you're like, oh, it's all these old people. And I feel you because everybody that worked at the polling place was...
Well, nobody knew. It was very disorganized. It's like, oh, you go in this room. Oh, that's not where you go. You go here because this is your address. It's like, well, put the parameters.
It was very organized where I was. It was very... I was in and out in 5 minutes.
I mean, once I found the place, I was... but yeah, I think it's just the East Coast is just very... janky. It was like that in New York. So I don't know. It's just janky. It's just old school. Same people do it. Probably the same people who's always doing stuff, doing the things. Nobody knows where to guide you. Like, there's no greeter or anything. I don't know. It's not that it's not
in there. The first person was like, oh, just cross his name out and write your name and then sign it. And I was like, okay, lady, I'm going to go inside and see what they got to say. And then I saw the auditor and I was like, I'm going to ask that dude because he's the one that's supposed to be running the stuff. And I was like, she told me to do this. He's like, no.
See?
Go to the window. And then I started thinking,
wow.
Because nobody told my husband to do that. They didn't tell him to cross out names and put names and whatever.
Oh, they didn't?
I mean, I don't know what they told him. He got a new envelope. So did I. I was like, can you print me a new envelope? Because I'm not crossing out other people's names.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, and then they'll be able to make sense. Oh, yeah, they'll see that you cross that out and put your name. And I'm like, really?
That didn't even sound right.
No.
See, like these people had
any old envelope and cross out.
I had a friend talking about they had campaign materials in the polling places and stuff. I'm like, what is going on? Said they reported it. Yeah. I'm like, good for you for reporting it because that doesn't make any sense.
I just don't know why. There was a literal corridor. I had to walk down a street that was lined on both sides of the street with.
Is it intimidation?
Candidates. It felt that way. And the thing is, if you ask somebody else, they'd be like, no, they were just cheering for their person. But if you don't share those viewpoints, it can come off that way.
See,
right?
That's what I'm saying. Everything is made up. Who knows what they really want internet to do?
Oh, they were just celebrating their person. They were the banners, the big flag. When did people start making flags? of candidates' names, like big, massive. Is that a flag?
Yes.
Like a commemorative, but it wasn't a flag that people were waving. Like I didn't see people waving. Like
no, this was something.
Or maybe the picture. I remember the picture, the Hope and Change picture, that pop art thing. But I don't know if that was like flags of it. It seems real aggressive. Just flat people just with their flags. You know, it's like.
Ooh, excuse me.
But what's gonna? Oh, I was along with the old people at the polling places and all that stuff. Like, what's gonna happen when all these people are gone?
We're gonna be voting on swipe left for this team, swipe right for that team.
Download this app and
right.
That's genius, though.
You gonna use your FaceTime?
You go by IP. You go by IP address.
Yeah, or FaceTime or something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And more people will vote.
Yeah, because you can do it from home.
And then they'll be like, "Oh, well, what about people who don't?" And like, you still got that option to go in, you know.
Yep.
So the robots can help you.
Instantaneously calculated. Oh, your vote is done. You press done at the end, and then you do a little survey. How you like this app?
Yep, exactly.
How can we fix it? And your stuff just goes right into the percentages on Steve Kornacki's board or whoever.
And the same when you go in the thing, it's just the app. When you go into the store, to the polling place, it's just the app on a computer, and so you're doing the same
iPad.
thing.
Yeah, there you go.
Done. Period.
See how much easy. You know what? What?
See, this is why I ordered some black-owned wine weeks ago, and they went dark on me. I have no idea where it is, if it's coming. They said, "Oh, it'll be out next week." That was 2 weeks ago.
Love is blind. Love is blind.
It will take over your mind.
I'm watching Married at First Sight, and I can't stand it. I hate them.
Oh yeah, I do too.
With Gil and Mila and
I don't remember that one.
Bao and Houston, that Asian couple, and Gil. Was
I liked Bao. I think she ended up with Gil, or what, the other black guy. Oh, sorry, no spoiler. I was kidding.
I don't care. I've watched it before. I don't remember. It's like it was always in the background, like I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, that's what I usually do with that.
Yeah, just fall asleep to it or something. You don't have it on.
It was nice talking to you. I was so angry and it started, and now
angry.
You should be like a healer, like a Reiki, whatever you were trying to do. That's doula? Nice. Oh, you're trying to do doula now? I thought you the communal yoga and all that stuff. Doula, you could be my doula. Hey. I can't see because I guess telling me my brows.
Baby, be a millionaire.
All right. What's that a song? What are we doing?
I don't know what's happening. I'm just I don't.
Is there a cat under there?
New York.
Thank God there's no cat under there. Look, here he come. He like, what happened? Aw, thank you, baby. You checking out? Oh, now you gonna run? Come here, Bookie Butt. I don't know where that cat is. She probably got smashed up somewhere. Well, I'm gonna go try to find her. I'll report back.
All right.
Love you. Bye. I don't know how to hang it up, so you can just hang it up. Thanks.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Two Girls Shooting the Shit with Em and Mo. Please enjoy this mindful moment. You must learn to trust that there is a future waiting for you that is beyond what you might be able to grasp at this present moment.